short one. Mobile podcast. Might be called a mobile modcast. Modcast podcast. Wanted to over the weekend ended up, you gotta find inspiration. Even the person who's providing the inspiration needs to be inspired as well. So don't just think that I'm giving out all this inspiration and that I don't need inspiration myself. A lot of you out there watching, you know, student athletes out there, y'all really inspire me. It reminds me, about the energy. I see the energy. I see the energy. At the same time, when I see the confusion, the unknown, where you don't really know what will happen. And that's part of the reason why I'm here, to kind of help you navigate that part. But y'all inspire me as well. But I search for it, and when you start searching for inspiration, you can find it. I believe you can find it. That's just like searching for mentors. You got to search for mentors. You got to know what you want, know where you're trying to go. So over the weekend, actually was scrolling down on Facebook, and I came across an article. It was dealing with Megan Good and some dress, and I looked at her husband, and I was like, man, that dude looks familiar. So I Googled it real quick, and sure enough, Devon Franklin. Now that's a trip to me because I had no idea. Not that I know all the gossip about the celebrities and whatnot. But it's crazy because I went to a convention or a conference in March 2012 in LA, and they had a bunch of speakers, the A2 Men conference. Basically, that was just a bunch of African American males, younger, older, that were in education, kind of advocating for community college, within the community college system. And that was a powerful conference that I went to. I'm glad I went to it. Met a lot of good people there. Always good to be in a room full of African American males, that are taking education seriously. I'm talking. I've never been in a room before with so many African American males that had their doctorate degrees. I mean, it was too many to count. Those working on the doctorate degrees and bachelor's, masters. I mean, they ran the whole gamut, right? So, to me, not speaking for anyone else, but to me, that was powerful for me to be in the room because those type of things don't really receive the coverage that they really deserve, right? Which is part of the issue, part of the problem. But anyway, so they had a bunch of guest speakers, and they brought a dude in there that was really big on faith. His thing was being a Christian in Hollywood, which doesn't even sound. Well, it doesn't sound like the norm because they don't. That's not something that's marketed. So that was, to me, that was interesting off the top. The dude seemed like he was cool. He was a Bay Area cat. I think he was from Richmond or something. And he was talking about his book, Produced by Faith. And those of y'all that know me know I'm big on faith. I mean, faith is the reason why I'm still here. Faith is the reason why Walkthrough exists. Scrimmage Line Mentor and Consultant exists. Why I'm able to take all these trips, these 30 plus trips out to, all over the world, all over Northern America. Faith allowed me to, come up with the concept of Walkthrough and actually make it a reality, turn it from a dream to a reality. I have so many stories that I'll share, in other videos, but I'm big on faith. I'm big on faith, on believing in something bigger than me. I'm big on that. Whenever times get rough, and I talked about this in a video before, I forgot which one it was, maybe it was Faith once again. But I'm big on it, man. Anyone who knows me knows I'm big on faith. I believe in it. I believe that it will work out. I believe that everything happens for a reason. I believe that, I'm being guided by upstairs. Higher power for sure. We all have our own different 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 opinions about or interpretations or perceptions about upstairs, right? But so I'm big on that. So to me, finding inspiration. To me, that was inspiring. Like, all right, he down with faith. Like he really preaching it. And he had his testimony. And this thing was, he had put in a lot of work, and he had to stand up for his faith and his relationship with his God in Hollywood, and that was a struggle for him. It was a conflict that he had to make a decision, and he said that he decided to ride with the Lord and to maintain his relationship with his God, and that proved to be the best decision that he could ever make. So I felt it, and it's a good book, produced by Faith, Devon Franklin. So that was powerful. I got a chance to get a book. I bought a book, my own money. I bought a book and got him to sign it. And got a chance to talk to him for a few minutes down there in L.A. And I thanked him for sharing the story, because it's something about someone telling the story. He's a producer. He's heavily involved in Hollywood. I think it was like Pursuit of Happiness, Sparkle. He got a bunch of movies. Karate Kid. He's in the game. That's his game, and he's in it. So, he's credible. But in talking to him, telling him, this is March 2012, telling him what I was doing. Like, man, I'm walking on faith. I'm walking through faith. Walk by faith and not by sight. I was explaining it to him, and he gave me encouragement. He was like, man, keep doing it. That's exactly what it's all about. So it's always good for me. That inspired me to continue. And not that I've ever thought about quitting or giving it up, but I still need inspiration. That's the point. That's the point that I'm trying to make. I'm not even gonna go that way. But to wrap the story up, so that happened. And I followed him. I followed him and whatnot. Checked out, some of his movies. Kept on reading the book. I still kept reading the book, and then, I got that inspiration. I kind of put it down. I read a lot of books, all the time. You know, Inspired. So, I got the book in a place in my house where I see it. It was time I have left. Okay, I'm going on 8 minute mark. I have the book in a place where I see it. Produced by Faith. I see it every day. It's in my house. I see it every day. And I have a bunch of books. Hundreds, right? Where I go through. It's that time. So going back to Facebook and looking down. So then I'll look it up. And, find out that he married to Megan Good. Gotta give him props for that off top. But then I started to go on YouTube and look up videos where he's sharing his testimony, and it's very powerful. That man made some sacrifices, and he didn't compromise, which is big because I'm not compromising what I'm doing for anyone. I'm sure by me saying that, I will continue to be challenged to compromise. But what I'm doing, I'm not compromising. And he's showing me that you can be successful and not compromise. If you have to compromise, it might not be the best thing for you or the best thing for the people that, you're serving. So that's part of the lesson that I took into it. But you never know when you're going to get that spark of inspiration that motivated me. Reading more of his story and focusing back on faith. It's a daily thing. It's like it's another exercise that you have to take seriously. And because I'm doing everything that I'm doing, I'm going out to these schools and working with children and families and helping them and giving back and living my dream, chasing my dream, continuing to push forward dream big, have big faith. Um, I need that stuff. In addition to me being inspired by the young men and women that I mentor. So I'm gonna talk about something else. I watched a video of them. Talk about it in the next video. But that was key for me. Faith wins again. I have many stories. But the question will be, man, how did you get through that? Faith wins. Faith and commitment, man. Commitment to the faith, walking through faith. It's serious. It's serious.